Of course, tonight, talk about the coronation, the street parties that took place yesterday all over the UK, analyse just how good a weekend was it, what does it mean for the future of the monarchy and organisations like Republic. But talk about a good day to bury bad news, because it wasn't really until the middle of Friday afternoon that we began to get a full assessment of what had happened in the local elections. Labour has now become the biggest party in local government in England. Interestingly, the Conservatives lost over 1,000 seats. That's nearly a third of the seats that they were defending. But remember this, the last time most of those seats were fought was back in 2019, when they were on the verge of being virtually obliterated in a European election and indeed getting their worst result in 200 years as a party. So if you lose a third of your seats against a previous set of results that were at the time of an historic low for the party, things are pretty bad. Where did the votes go to? Well, interestingly, Labour, of course, were up, but the Liberal Democrats did very well, and the Greens did very well too. Projected vote share out of those local elections would be Labour on 36, the Tories on 29, the Lib Dems on 18, others on 17. But, and here's the point, people vote differently in local elections to the way they vote in general elections. And I can certainly tell you, from the county of Kent that I know best, there were all sorts of local deals being done between Labour, the Lib Dems and the Greens to try to get their best result. I think many of those people that voted Lib Dem and Labour and Green last Thursday would probably vote Labour in a general election. Now, the Tory newspapers will tell you that Rishi Sunak has brought stability. Well, I guess after Truss and Johnson, anything would have seemed more stable. But it is a stability in failure. And here's what's really going on, in my view. There are many of those people who left the Labour Party, whose families have been Labour since 1918, that started voting for UKIP. And they were voting UKIP in very considerable numbers. Most of those voted Conservative in 2019. But this is not the Brexit they voted for. There are rumours that the next set of net migration figures could be as high as 700,000. This is not what people voted for. They look at Sunak, the former head boy from Winchester, as being even more detached from their lives than David Cameron was. And certainly this weekend in Kent, I met UKIPers who'd gone to the Conservatives, who voted Labour last Thursday. Just look at Medway as a very good example, an area within which is Rochester, a seat that UKIP even managed to win in a parliamentary by-election, then became a big Conservative majority, and after 23 years of Tory control, Medway's gone to Labour. I put it to you that the Tories are doomed. There is no way back for them between now and the general election. Let me know what you think. Farage at gbnews.uk.